Hey, what's up YouTube? Um, this video is gonna be about command prompt and customizing your command prompt basically. It's something that I've been thinking about for a long time, but I just never got around to doing it. But here it is. This is the video about it. So, to get started, well, command prompt is something that if you from back in the days from DOS, if you're used to using command prompt, then it's you can pretty much do almost anything on your computer using just command prompt, but not many people are familiar with it except for like nowadays. Back in the day, if you use DOS, it's very common, but with command prompt you can do a ton of things. But this video, I'm just going to be showing you guys how to customize command prompt and make it look the way you want it to. In previous versions of Windows, it wasn't not all the options available that's existing now. It wasn't existing before, so yeah, nowadays you can do a lot of things. So to get started, as you can see, I have command prompt here pinned to my taskbar. If you guys aren't sure how to do that, just go to your start menu. I have Windows 8, so I have Windows 8.1. If you haven't seen my video about upgrading to Windows 8.1, definitely make sure to do so, because Windows 8.1 is a major upgrade that you should do, and it's free. So we go to the start menu, and then I just type CMD. CM. Well, I'll just type command. Okay, there. Command prompt, and you can see I have the command prompt open from here. If I go back to my start menu, I can type in command. Right here, you can right click it, and then you can go to pin to taskbar. Right now it's pinned, so that's why it's giving me the option of unpin. So for you, you can go ahead and hit pin to taskbar, and it'll be there. So once we have it open, you have a lot of options to customize command prompt. How do you do so? If you right click the taskbar, the title bar over here of the window, right click here, and then you just go to properties, and then this window comes up. And here you can have, there's a ton of options you have for customizing your menu, your command prompt. Some of the reasons why you might want to do it is maybe say if you're going to be working on command prompt on far, or for some reason from a distance you need to look at it, you can change the size of the letters, you can change the color so the contrast is better and it's visible from far. Maybe you just want to change it around so you can show off to others and you seem like geeky when you do it. So it's definitely a plus. Everybody should do it. So yeah, let's just get started with it. So first off, the cursor size, we could change that. So what does that do? Let's change it medium. Let's change it to large. Okay. Yeah, large. We'll leave it there. And now if we hit OK, you can see the cursor here. It's much thicker. Before it was just a single line. Now it's thicker. So if we go back to properties, we go to options. We'll make it small again. And as you can see, the cursor is just the bottom one now. It's not the large one. So that's the cursor to the cursor size. You could edit that if you want. Now the buffer size, this is something more technical, because whenever you do commands on your computer, it rem it remembers the commands that you're doing. So if I press up, it remembers that I just typed in CD. So that's the buffer size. So the larger the buffer size, the more it can remember. So it's up to you really how much you want to change, how much you want your buffer to contain. By default it's at 50, so you could leave it, and there's 4 buffers. So this is a bit more technical, this section, command history. Quick edit mode, this is something that's actually it's quite good to have. If you have quick edit mode on, you would be able to quickly, like the way I just right clicked on my command prompt, and whatever I had on my clipboard I had copied and pasted. I had like I had a text copied onto my clipboard, and then it allowed me to just right click here and paste it. So that's what quick edit mode is. Um, so you could have that on if you want. That way you don't have to right click and paste every time. By default, if it's not on, if I right click, you'll see that it gives me the options paste and a few other options. So you could keep, if you really need to paste things faster, I guess, you could use quick edit mode. With the quick edit mode enabled, you could also highlight things, because by default you are not able to highlight anything on DOS or on command prompt, but with quick edit mode enabled, you could just highlight stuff. So that's another thing to keep in mind that you could use. By default it's not selected, so you have to check it off to enable it. Now let's go to fonts. So in the fonts menu, first off we can decide how big we want the window preview to be. So by default it's 8 by 12. If you want to change it, you can make it, let's say, 10 by 18. The thing with this is when you change this, automatically it decides default like the size of the text automatically becomes bigger as well. So let's say 10 by 18, we'll hit OK, and you'll see that now the text got bigger as well. So that's one thing to keep in mind. You can change it to whatever size you prefer. By default it's 8 by 12. So that's the window size. You can also change the font, which is kind of cool. You don't have I guess there's not much options here, but um, it's still pretty cool to have. So let's say I want to change it to this Consoles, hit OK, and this is the other font you could use. Also, I guess you could make it bold. Without bold, this is what it looks like. With bold, that's what it looks like. So you can see it's bolded. Yeah, so I like that. I'll leave it like that. And yeah, that's the fonts. You could change the fonts as well. I'm sure there might be a way to add more fonts, but I'm not 100% sure. If you guys know, don't hesitate to post on the comment section. It'd definitely be a big bonus for everybody. And then let's go to layouts. Here in the layouts, we can decide what the here we have the screen buffer size, the window size, and the window position. So the window position, let's start from the bottom. Windows position, it's right now it's checked off, so it says let system position window, so that way we can just position it where we want it. The system automatically, Windows will automatically position it where we want it. If we want it at a specific spot for some reason, we could use this. So let's say, yeah, left, and then 484, and then top 204. Let's see what this, and let me change it to 200, and then top 200, and then let's see what it looks like. Okay, so that's the position of it on the screen. So if for some reason, if you want it like specifically at that spot, then you can check this off. You can uncheck this and then enter a spot where you want it. But that's not really a big thing. You can always just drag and drop it to wherever you want. So that's the window position. And then window size is you can determine the default window size when you open it. So if I want it by like 200 by 50, we'll hit OK. You'll see that's the size of it. It's gonna be a huge command prompt. So that's, if you, whatever size you want it to be, you can leave it at that. So I'm gonna change that to 80 by 20, I think it was. So that's the window size. That's okay for me. You can change it to the size that you want, and just so you know that that's there when the window size is an option. The other thing is the screen buffer size. Now this, I am not 100% sure what this is. Let me change this and see if anything changes. So before it was 200, so 400, hit OK. I think it's the amount of scroll, how much you could scroll. So this is the amount that is available right now, and this is the width, the screen buffer size for the width. So we'll double check if I go to layout, and then if I make the width like let's make it 100. So keep an eye, look at the size of this. Let's see if that changes. If I change it to 100, yep, you'll see that the buffer size changed. Now it's only 100. Before it was 400. So let me change it back. Go back to 400. Let me just keep it at 300, I guess. Let me leave it at 400. So that's the screen buffer size. You can change that as well. That's an option, and options are good, right? Everybody wants options. And then the last one is colors. Here, this is the one that a lot of us like to change because it just looks cool, makes us seem like we know a lot of stuff. So you can change the screen background color to what you want. So let's say you select the one you want and then change the value of it. So the screen text, let me make it green. So that's kind of like that matrixy look. The screen background, gonna be dark blue, but black is okay for me. I kind of like black. Let's just customize it for fun. I'll make it gray, so that looks kind of okay. You can change the specific values to the exact one you want, like the shade of it and stuff like that. I'll change it back to 128. And this is just the RGB color picker in a basic sense. And then the pop-up text, there is pop-up text. You can change that color, and then the pop-up background, you can change that as well. So this is like the pop-up option over here. So that is like, it's very cool to have this. A lot of people don't even know that this exists. So people think that command prompt is just command prompt. You can't edit it. There's nothing you can do. No, there's, that's the way it is. But you can actually do so much editing and customizing within command prompt to make it look exactly the way you want. So as you can see, these are the colors that I picked, and this is what happened. So it looks pretty cool. I like it, and that's basically like all the settings that are available for command prompt. I don't know if there may be add-ons or there are like programs that customize your command prompt for you, but this is just the built-in Windows customization, so it's definitely a good bonus to know. Everybody should know it. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope this helped you guys out. One other thing is that if you right click, you can hit defaults, and it'll bring everything to a default. Like right now, if I did if I right clicked, I hit default, you can see that it automatically went back to 8x12 raster font, and options went to small. Quick edit mode is not selected. Layouts are like kind of back to the way it was, and then you see the screen background is black and screen text is gray. And then if you hit OK, it should go back to normal. Yep, you'll see that the command prompt has pretty much gone back to normal. So if you do want to customize it, you want to go back to the defaults, you can always just go back to defaults, and everything will be back to normal the way Windows had it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't hesitate to go and have fun and customize your command prompt as much as you want. And please don't forget to share this video, comment, rate, and subscribe. Thank you guys, and take care.